Okay, so we're going to basically finish step 19, which was what we were working with in the previous video. So in the previous video we went from step 16 to 19. So we copied information from Excel into Word in the form of a table, and we just edited the table a little bit. So on the next page it says all internal and external grid lines are displayed when printed. So in regards to our table, so if we look at the table, you can see that our border looks like it has dotted lines. So what that means is when we print this page, our table is going to be invisible. There's not going to be a border. So we're going to have to put a border in. So we're just going to highlight the table. We could click on the claw. Make sure you're under Home. You look for the border icon. And you can click on this arrow next to it. And if we want to get every single cell a border in our table, we just say All Borders. And now you can see that the border is now a solid line, which means it will be visible when it's printed. Okay, so there's a 6-point space after the table is the next instruction. So this one, instead of basically doing what we've been doing for most of these paragraphs or text, basically if you put your cursor where a paragraph ends, for example, and you right click and say paragraph, you could probably change the spacing over here. So this one is already 6. So for example, this would be acceptable. But for a table, it sometimes won't let you do that. So what you're going to do is you just click on the space that follows your table. So this space over here between the table and the next paragraph or the next bit of text. So if you press the arrow down or to the right, you can see that this is the only space between the table and the text. So this spacing we want to have between them is, we want to make it 6-point size. So at the moment it's 11. So all you do, change that to 6, hit enter, and you can see that the space has shrunk to a smaller cursor. So that's all you would do in that case. And column 2 has the GR body style applied to it. Okay, so column 2, so that is the percentage column. So we highlighted just this column, and then we just apply the style we want, so GR body, and it's changed. Okay, cool. Okay, so step 20, we'll just finish step 20, and then we'll do the chart step 21 in the next video. So step 20 says format the first row of the table to be displayed in bold and italics. So remember, rows are horizontal. So the first row is this one over here, benefits of offering apprenticeships. So this must be bold and italic. So we select that over here. The next instruction, center aligned over the 2 columns. So center aligned over the 2 columns. So in other words, what we need to do is merge these 2 cells so that it can be centered over both of these columns. So if we highlight the 2 cells and right click, say merge cells, and then we're going to center align it. So at the moment it's justified, so we're going to center it. So now it's centered over the 2 columns. And the last one is shaded with a light gray background, 20 to 40%. Okay, so we just make sure it's highlighted still. To give it a background color, we go to the paint bucket. I'm going to choose a little arrow. If we hover over the grays, you'll see that percents will appear. So you can see it says white background 1, darker 5%. You need to choose one that has a percentage between and including the boundaries of 20 to 40%. So that's 15. So the next one should theoretically be one that we can use. So 25. So 25% is between 20 and 40%. So this one I'll select. Okay, cool. So that is the end of, basically we finished up step 19 and we completed step 20. So if you have any questions about that, just let me know.